Okay, there's been a lot of new developments in the Mike Niemczyk story that I'm trying to put out. This is just one. It's kind of a scoop. Recognize this guy? You probably do if you've been following my exposing Mike Niemczyk accounts on social media over the past 6 months, because that's him. That is Mark Anthony Niemczyk. These photos were taken yesterday, November 14th, here in Las Vegas. But wait, I hear you saying, I thought he was disabled and needed that wheelchair we've always seen him in to get around. Nope. A wheelchair is actually a part of the scam, in a way. Because for a lifelong scammer and con man like Niemczyk, nothing is as it appears. Even I had no indication that he could walk until late October, when I learned it from reliable sources. And somebody even left a comment to one of my videos on TikTok saying, he can walk, I've seen him. Coincidentally, at the same time. Yeah, he uses the wheelchair as part of the scam. Same way he claims stolen valor by lying about being a Navy SEAL and three-tour Vietnam veteran, when in fact he never served. Just like he lies about being a firefighter who was in Tower 2 on 9/11. He also lies about being disabled and unable to walk. Indeed, he can walk, and he does, pretty regularly. Why does this matter? Because it's one of the ways that he's kept his scam going, by gaining people's sympathy, which he doesn't deserve at all, and conning them out of money. And as you can see, this sign that he currently carries on the Las Vegas Strip says, disabled volunteer firefighter from 9/11, which is a complete lie. And he's just manipulating people and pulling on their heartstrings so they'll make a donation. Uh, from the start of my efforts to expose Niemczyk as the liar and con man that he is, I've sometimes gotten feedback from people, both in real life and online, saying stuff like, he's in a wheelchair. He's an old man in a wheelchair. Just leave him alone. He's in a wheelchair. Yeah. Leave him alone? Let him get away with it all? Including sending his scumbag son, Mike Niemczyk, and his other thugs to threaten me, physically attack me, for using my First Amendment rights to speak the truth about him. No, I'm not going to leave him alone. But that's a different part of the story that I've documented elsewhere, and I'm going to be talking about more soon. Point is, now that we know Niemczyk can walk, I wonder if the people who defended him and told me to lay off because he's in a wheelchair told me to stop telling the truth because he's in a wheelchair. I wonder if they'll change their tune. But let me be clear. Even if he was completely disabled and unable to walk, why would anybody give him a pass for what he's doing? Scamming openly. A version of the 9/11 truck scam that he was convicted of and made national news for. Why? Why would I or anyone normalize his disgusting behavior and lies for any reason? That's what I've never been able to understand. So until now, these were the most recent publicly available images of Mark Niemczyk standing or walking. This video has been up on my social media for a long time. That's him in 2014. walking out of a New Jersey courtroom after Judge James Blaney sentenced him to 5 years probation instead of the 1 year in prison that prosecutors were seeking for the 9/11 truck scam. And as you can see, he's using a cane and seems to be struggling to walk. But now he walks with relative ease and does not use a cane. So it would seem that he was exaggerating his health problems to get the judge's sympathy back in 2014, just like he gets people's sympathy in Las Vegas in the present day by sitting in that wheelchair. And the judge didn't sentence him to prison on account of his Parkinson's disease and other health problems. Online, that's reported in 2014 by Kathleen Hopkins, one of the many journalists who covered the story at the time. Here's the quote. I'll put the link up in the description. Quote, Superior Court Judge James N. Blaney spared Niemczyk a jail term, citing the 67-year-old Tinton Falls man's numerous health problems, including Parkinson's disease, diabetes, COPD, and having had 6 knee replacements. Instead, the judge placed Niemczyk on probation for 5 years. So you'll notice that she didn't report it herself that Niemczyk even had Parkinson's. Only that Judge Blaney said that he had Parkinson's. But it's not clear how his health problems were verified. And that's one aspect of this that I haven't had time to dig into. And of course, we know that after he walked out of that courtroom, in New Jersey, he shows up here in Las Vegas, probably in 2016, where he's been scamming ever since, right up to the present day. And here in Las Vegas, where I identified him and confronted him on April 28th of this year. So now, 6.5 months after I started exposing him, and over a decade after he perpetrated the 9/11 truck scam, we have these 2 photos. And as you can see, he's standing just like he's standing in these and many other photos taken between 2010 and 2012 during the 9/11 truck scam, which of course is a version of his current scam, in which he fraudulently solicits donations, so-called. We don't have video of him walking in Las Vegas yet. But again, Niemczyk wouldn't deserve any sympathy, even if he was disabled and really unable to walk. His scamming depends on gaining people's admiration and respect with stolen valor, and it depends on getting their pity and their sympathy. But he deserves neither sympathy nor respect. He deserves scorn and contempt. He deserves justice. He deserves to go to prison, which is exactly where he should have gone in 2014 for the 9/11 truck scam. To be fair, according to the Parkinson's Foundation, quote, Parkinson's disease can change how a person walks. Slow movement, stiffness, and rigidity make walking normally harder. And you can check that out on Parkinson.org.